Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Oinko, and if it's your first time stopping by, then you baby are most definitely welcome. Now in today's video, I'm going to be sharing what happens after PLAB. Now you guys know that I recently moved to the UK and I moved as an international medical graduate. So I want you guys, as many of you who are interested in doing the same thing, to have this blueprint to make your lives so much easier. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing the job opportunities that are available to you after PLAB, just so that you know the options that are available, as well as how much you would be earning in each of these job opportunities. Now if that sounds like something that you'll be interested in, please keep on watching. If it's your first time stopping by, hi, my name is Oinko and I would love to have you over here, so please do well to hit that subscribe button down below if you end up enjoying this video, and give the video a massive thumbs up just so I know that you enjoyed it. And yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Generally, I'm going to divide this video into two. The first bit is if you have less than 12 months working experience as a doctor, and I mean working after graduation. Any internship you did during your medical school doesn't count. And the second part is if you have more than 12 months. Okay, so we're going to start with if you have less than 12 months. If you have less than 12 months working as a doctor, the only available option for you is to go through the FY1 route, and FY1 quite literally stands for Foundation Year 1. So that is what the fresh UK graduates here do. When they graduate, they apply for an FY1 post, and before, people from abroad were not really considered for FY1 posts, especially if there was a UK graduate. They would be prioritized over you if you were coming from abroad. But I've recently learned that that doesn't happen anymore, so it's like a level playing field really. You get a certificate of sponsorship and you are able to come and work in the UK regardless of where you are from, as long as you meet the criteria and the qualifications. So yeah, you now I know that some people say, oh, I have more than 12 months work experience, but I still want to have a 12 months work experience in the UK and start from Foundation Year 1. Unfortunately, that option is not available. It's like a ground rule. If you have more than 12 months, you don't qualify for an FY1 job, and the only other option is for you to go via the next couple routes that I'm going to be sharing. Now FY1 jobs are more often than not training jobs, and you can only apply for them on the Oriel website, and you have to quite literally apply a year ahead. So for example, if you're in your final year and you envisage that by next year I want to be doing my FY1, then now is the best time to apply for that, so that by August of next year, which is when FY1 jobs actually start, you can be accepted into the program and start with everyone else. I hope you understand what I mean. Now, do you have to have passed the PLAB exam before you apply? The answer is no. Well, you need to have passed the exam by, I believe, March of the intending year that you are supposed to start the program. So for example, I applied last year to start this year, but I need to have passed the PLAB exam by March of this year, so that by August I can start my FY1 job. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Great. So now if you have more than 12 months work experience, the world is literally your oyster, because the options are much broader as opposed to someone who doesn't. So we're going to divide this into two. The first is the NHS route and the second is the private route. So I'm going to start with the NHS route because I have some experience there, as I currently work in NHS. There are two types of jobs available in the NHS. The first is a standalone job, like an FY2 standalone job. Now you would see that for an FY2 standalone job, it's quite literally a continuation of the FY1 job. So you're going to be moving across, you're going to be changing specialties, kind of like how you do in-house job. You're going to be rotating after every couple months, and you would move alongside every other UK graduate and be rotating alongside every other UK graduate. So at the end of the rotation, you get a certificate that shows that you have completed your FY2 competences, as long as you do everything that you need to do. For an FY1 job, you would typically be expecting to take home around £2,100 per month after taxes, if you do all the intended night shifts, weekends, and all the intended out of hours. If you're in a less busy rotation and you're not doing as many nights and you're not doing as many weekends, then your money is going to be a little less, and vice versa. I hope that makes sense. So for the FY2 standalone job, you can expect to take around 2,400 to 2,500 pounds per month at the end of the day. After all taxes and everything is deducted, around 2,500 pounds per month is what you can expect to take home. When you finish the rotation, then you get the certificate and you can quite literally move into a training post if you want. The next available option in the NHS is the trust grade doctor, and that's what I am. And the salary for trust grade doctors quite literally varies quite a bit depending on how much experience you have. You can be a trust grade doctor at any level, so you can be a trust grade doctor at an FY2, an ST1. You can be a trust grade doctor at any level depending on your years of experience, and you can also negotiate your salary depending on your years of experience. If you're a little bit more experienced, you can expect to take home around £3,000 to a little over 3,000. Otherwise, you can expect to take home around £2,700 per month if you don't have as much experience. When you're applying on the NHS website, you may see FY2 standalone or you may see trust grade jobs. The difference between these two is the standalone job is a training job and the trust grade jobs are not training jobs. So anytime that you see trust grade, you know that it's a non-training job. But even though it's a non-training job, you still do the same thing. So you still see patients, you still have the same job description, so you're quite literally doing the same thing. Only difference is that the people who are in F2 standalone or in training jobs would usually have teaching at least once every week or once every 2 weeks, as opposed to you who is a trust grade doctor. College isn't obliged to teach you. Do you understand what I mean? Because you are employed basically for service provision. More often than not, trust would usually offer you training opportunities as well. So even though they may tell you, oh, this is a non-training job, but they will still tell you, however, we still offer training opportunities and blah blah blah. The other difference really between the standalone job and the trust grade job is that with the standalone job, because it's a training job, after you finish the 1 year, you can move to the next level in your career, as opposed to the trust grade job. It's a contract job that lasts for maybe 1 year, 2 years, 6 months, depending on how long you want it to last. And if you are employed as an F2 trust grade doctor, you're going to remain an F2 trust grade doctor for the entire duration of your contract. So there's no real career progression, except maybe you switch jobs into a training job so that you can have career progression. Now, the private route. The private route, more often than not, will require you to have at least 2 years work experience. And I found that more often than not, they also require you to have at least 6 months dedicated experience in either medicine, surgery, or psychiatry. If you worked in a place like Nigeria, you most probably already have that. Especially if you worked in a private hospital, you most probably already have that. The important thing for you to do is to arrange your CV in a way that it reflects that you have 6 months experience in the past 2 years working in either medicine, surgery, or psychiatry. With the private jobs, more often than not, the way the schedule is that you work for 1 week on and 1 week off, and the 1 week on is quite literally Monday to Sunday, the 24 hours a day every day of the week for Monday to Sunday, and then you get Monday to Sunday of the next week free. I hope that makes sense to you. Quite busy, and you require some skill to be able to do this, which is why they usually would require you to have at least 2 years experience, because sometimes you need to make decisions before the consultant arrives. So for example, the consultant has done a surgery. It is your job to do the post-op care, identify any potential problems, to contact the consultant. So you have in very close proximity with the consultant and you can discuss with him and all of that. But sometimes you need to take decisions before the consultant arrives. That's why they need this experience, and that's why it must reflect in your CV if you decide to go through the private route. The amount of money that you can earn from the private route depends really on how much experience you have, and you can negotiate the amount of money you earn. But I'm going to say that again, it's similar to the NHS jobs. With the trust grade jobs, you can earn anywhere from £2,700 to £3,500 per month. That is doing just 2 weeks a month. And if you really want to earn some more money, you can pick up some more shifts and earn some more money, and make the best of everything. But because they require you to be very skilled, when you come in, they pay for your courses like ALS, BLS, all of that, and then from your salary they start deducting the money back. So for example, let's say your BLS costs £400, your ALS costs £400, so that's £800. You'll pay them back over a period, and so your salary will not truly reflect what it's supposed to reflect, because there are deductions that are going to be made for the trainings that you've had to make you a more competent doctor. And the contract usually lasts for 6 months to 1 year. The most common I've seen is 1 year, but I'm sure you can negotiate it to 6 months if you want. And if you have to leave before the contract is over, you will need to pay them off, because again, they've invested some money in you to bring you from your home country. So if you have to leave before the contract is up, it's going to be expensive to them, so you need to pay them. The amount of money that you have to pay them if you have to leave earlier is usually between 1 to 2 months worth of salary, so you can say between £3,000 to £6,000 depending, but that is if you don't give adequate notice. If you give adequate notice, that is 3 months, so you have to give them 3 months notice if you want to leave. However, if you're not giving adequate notice, then you have to pay the money for breaking the contract earlier than usual. However, with the NHS jobs, you just need to give 1 month notice and you're good to go. If you are a consultant, you unfortunately cannot start from consultant level here, so you have to start from maybe a registrar level. So you can't start from a consultant level in the UK. The con of working private is that you don't have NHS experience, and many times the training jobs are NHS jobs. So I mean, it might be a little bit difficult for you when you eventually decide to switch to a training job, trying to understand the way the NHS works. It's not really about the clinical know-how, it's more about the way the NHS works, really, how referrals are done and all of that. You just need to have a more basic grasp of it, and the private jobs more often than not don't offer that, because you're quite literally working in a private hospital and it has a different mode of functioning, a different modus operandi really. But the advantage of working with the private jobs is that it's so much more easier to get, so much more quicker, as opposed to the NHS jobs. You can quite literally be applying for 3 months, 6 months and you still haven't gotten it. But with the private jobs, as long as you tailor your CV to reflect exactly what they're looking for, you will get a job very, very quickly. So guys, yeah, that is it for this video. I hope that it has answered your most basic questions about the job opportunities available to you as an international medical graduate when you leave and all of that. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.